What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So a few days ago, I posted a video and I did a really poor job of explaining one thing. So I want to talk a little bit about that in this video. We're going to be talking about the U.S. Senate. We're going to be talking about independents in the U.S. Senate. So if we see an independent win, like say Osborne wins in Nebraska, or let's say the independent wins in Montana, how is that going to change things when it comes to who controls the Senate? So we're going to talk a little bit about that in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. If you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to move right over. And I'll talk first. We'll talk a little bit about, we'll just break it down here. So if we're looking at the Senate, what we could potentially see when it comes to Democrats and Republicans. So basically right now, Democrats and independents are at 47, Republicans are at 53. If we saw a scenario where Democrats win, so they defend, first off, if they defend Georgia, they defend Michigan, and they defend New Hampshire, and then they win North Carolina, they win Maine, they win Alaska, and they win Ohio. Now we're looking at a situation where Democrats and independents will take back control of the Senate. But if we saw a situation where, let's say, Democrats don't win in Ohio, let's say Houston pulls it out, he beats Sherrod Brown, and now we're looking at a situation where we have Democrats and independents at 50, Republicans at 50. However, we see Osborne win in Nebraska. And so now we're in a situation where we have an independent that won in Nebraska. We have Democrats and independents at 50. We have Republicans at 49. So what happens? Because Osborne has indicated that he is not going to caucus with either the Democrats or the Republicans. Now, in a previous video, I was talking about this, and I was telling you that if Osborne decided to caucus with the Democrats, or at least for the organization of the Senate, he says, okay, I'll vote for the organization of the Senate. I'll vote on the Democratic side. And so basically that would give the Democrats a power. So they would have the majority leader, as well as they would be able to assign the different positions, the different chair positions. And so in the previous video, I was saying that Osborne needed to make that decision to vote for organization. But realistically, that isn't true. Because if Democrats have 50, Republicans have 49, Democrats do have the majority. And even if we had a situation where the independent decided not to caucus with either the Democrats or the Republicans, the Democrats could still organize the Senate without Osborne. But here's where it gets tricky. Because in a situation like this, you're basically saying, because if let's just say we saw a scenario where Osborne decided to say, you know what, I'm going to caucus with the Republicans. If Osborne caucuses with the Republicans, we would see 50-50, right? Democrats and independents at 50, Republicans and independent at 50. So that's what we would see. If it's 50-50, that's a tie. If it's a tie, what happens? A vice president comes in and breaks the tie. The vice president is a Republican. So it's this is not a situation that Democrats want to be in, because Osborne could have one bad confrontation with Democrats and say, you know what, I'm going to caucus with the Republicans, and that changes everything. And so Democrats don't want to be in this position, but it's still possible. It's still possible for Democrats to have control of the Senate in a situation like this. And so I just wanted to put that out there, because when I was explaining it, I was not explaining it well in the last video. So this is a way where Democrats could still control the Senate. Now, one thing I want to go over, and we'll take a look at this really quickly. So let's say we are in a situation where Osborne does win in Nebraska, and Democrats are able to pull it out in Ohio. So Democrats have the 4, they need to net 4 seats. They net the 4 seats, and Osborne wins. This is a good situation for Democrats, because obviously they take back control of the Senate. But not only do they take back control of the Senate, you have Osborne, who could be a swing voter, could vote for Republican issues or vote for Democratic issues. But Democrats have another vote that they can look to, because a lot of Democrats right now, they're a little skeptical of what's going on with Fetterman and how is Fetterman going to be, even if Democrats take back control, they get 51, they take back control of the Senate. When they go to try to pass legislation, are they going to be running up against Fetterman? When it's time to confirm appointments, are they going to run up against Fetterman? So this, if Osborne does win, and that's why Democrats are they're pretty much endorsing Osborne in Nebraska. You don't have anyone running against Osborne as a Democrat. You don't have any Democrats running against Osborne. The reason for that is because Democrats in Nebraska, they realize they don't have a strong enough candidate to win in Nebraska. And so they're going to endorse the independent and hope that Osborne wins. And if Osborne wins, that could be a wild card for them. And so the main takeaway here is if Osborne wins in Nebraska, he will take a seat away from the Republicans. And that Democrats want that. That's the best case scenario for Democrats in Nebraska because they're not going to have a candidate running. Now, when we look at the rest of the board, if we're looking at Democrats netting those 4 seats and then Osborne winning in Nebraska, that is the best case scenario. But in a situation where they don't net the 4 seats, but they're able to win or net 3 seats, Democrats can still take control of the Senate if Osborne wins in Nebraska. So hopefully that helps. If you guys have any other questions, let me know down below. Let me know what you think about this whole situation with independents and Democrats. Do you think Democrats have a chance, have a pathway to take back control of the Senate? Let me know that down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. And remember, stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll talk to you in the next one. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.